Caitlin Clark says, how do you say bang in Portuguese? It don't matter! Bang! For a preseason game, they flew up from Brazil, lost by 64, and got to make TikToks with Caitlin Clark after the game. Where do I sign up? Bang! Not sure why they played the game in Iowa, because Caitlin Clark, she was still shooting the shot from South America, baby! Bang!
Caitlin Clark was unable to speak at all. And for once, not because she broke a record or drained a logo 3. No, it was an even more uncommon thing. The coach and the entire Brazil national team gave such astounding praise that even the game's most unflappable player was taken aback.
The team were lining up to get autographs. She signed their jerseys. They were getting her to sign their jerseys. She was signing the players' jerseys. This is like Dream Team. This is literally like Dream Team stuff. We haven't seen this since the damn Dream Team. She is literally signing the jerseys of teams she played against. She is signing their jerseys. They're that much in awe of her.
She has a fantastic soundbite, but this wasn't your typical. A basketball legend gave a mic drop, and Caitlin was left speechless, asking herself, did that just happen? Imagine receiving public recognition for a candid and surprisingly flattering statement that may serve as a professional high point. We're dealing with that level here. Guess who did not receive the same amount of affection despite playing on the same squad a few days earlier? Angel Reese is really angry. Tell us in the comments where you're viewing from so we know that CC fans are spread around the United States and the world. Come on.
How are you? Good, how are you?
Are you an amazing player? Congratulations.
Thanks.
You're changing the history in basketball.
I appreciate it. Thanks for coming here.
The nation of Samba football gods and scrumptious steaks, Brazil, recently added Caitlin Clark adoration to its list of national identities. Let's take a moment to truly appreciate this. How could anyone have expected that? A preseason exhibition game is not a playoff game or a championship match. Caitlin virtually skewed the basketball axis due to her immense attraction. The head coach of Brazil, who has likely been coaching for longer than most fans have been alive, reacted as though he had just saw Michael Jordan in female form after watching her play. This was reverence, not admiration.
The team she played against last night, and I understand a lot of this team was young, but the team she played against last night, getting pictures with Caitlin Clark at the end of the game, having her literally sign their jerseys, and those jerseys, you better believe, the coach of the rival team being in shock. Like, this is the dream team. This is the dream team. This is the opponents getting pictures with the dream team.
And it continued after that. Instead of simply praising her and calling it a day, the coach almost declared her a saint right away. This wasn't the type of phony love you get from a discredited pundit who is still stuck in the 1990s. This was sincere gratitude at the highest level, as though she had walked off Mount Olympus, picked up a basketball, and chosen to moonlight in the wnba. He hailed her as though she were a legendary creature. And coming from someone whose native country revered football as a religion, that type of devotion is priceless.
Brazil, their coaching had no answer whatsoever for Caitlin Clark. And they threw so many different looks at her. Like, I've never seen a team throw so many different looks at a play.
But hold on, it gets better. Following the game, Caitlin didn't simply leave like a celebrity. Consider that she stayed behind to sign the jersey for Brazil's national team at their request. As if it were any other Tuesday, Caitlin Clark's current son signed the team's jersey, and the receipt was a generational one, not a signature. So was Mona Lisa signing the signed chapel. This occasion was so memorable. The best part is about to come. Caitlin accomplished it without being haughty. She didn't glare at them or make them wait as she repositioned her sunglasses. No, She autographed that jersey with such elegance and charm that it leaves people wondering if she is a genuine person or only the ideal athlete. While Angel Ree is occupied with tweeting that she doesn't have time for such trivial things and blocking admirers, Caitlyn is over here signing worldwide peace deals.
We know that we can be the best front court in this league, so just trying to do the best as we can. I think in this offseason, we got the shooters that we needed, and as you can see tonight, we have some great shooters out there, which just spaces it out for both of us. So I think we're in a great direction.
As for Brazil's players, just a few hours prior, they were practicing their best Caitlyn imitation during warm-ups, attempting to make her three-point shots as if they were trying out for a parody reel. The same players were lining up like concert-goers after the game, their phones out and eyes wild, pleading for photographs and autographs as if she were Beyoncé with a basketball.
The footage of the Brazilian national team dancing on Caitlin Clark logo at Carver Arena. Man, a lot of people had mixed reviews about it. Well, it looked like that wasn't the only clip because the entire team got in on the action, bruh. Got in on the jumping on Caitlin Clark logo, stomping on it.
The crowd gasped as Caitlyn entered the court and accomplished exactly what they had asked of her, dropping a deep three with such ease. She did not act for the cameras. She nonchalantly destroyed expectations as usual. As they recovered from the shock of seeing brilliance, the Brazilian team came to understand that they weren't merely on the receiving end of a spotlight, they were involved in it. Not what you're looking for, the type that appears in all of the upcoming sports montages.
They were there. They were knocking her on her ass a couple of times. They were being physical. They were denying her. They didn't try to stop during the game. They just did not have it. They're so excited. They're taking pictures with her after the game. They're taking pictures. They're taking pictures with her like it is.
That's the distinction. Caitlyn doesn't engage in gaming. They are hers. Her peers, on the other hand, spend their time stirring up controversy on Twitter or launching business deals that fizzle out more quickly than a Reese jump shot. Caitlyn is altering the WNBA's rules. Brazil was in awe of her and didn't just respect her. Why could blame them?
Excuse me, pardon me, just trying to get through real quick. Sorry about that. Bang! Excuse me, ma'am, hold on. I think you dropped something. Oh, it's a dime. Floater, look at that. Big it bang, boom, 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 bang. And her misses are majestic and set up her teammates for success. Look at this soft bounce off the rim, put back by her teammate. Bang! Just stand in the corner, clap your heels together 3 times and cut to the basket. Caitlin Clark will find you every single time.
You know who wasn't given that warm greeting by Brazil? Angel Reese no-coach quotes. No swarms of selfies. None of the jerseys are signed like they're precious antiques. A few missed layups and some vibes. It seems as though respect must be earned rather than claimed on Twitter. Sincerely, when was the last time a foreign coach enthused over her performance? When will a national team be waiting for her autograph like Disneyland children? Caitlin Clark received more respect from Brazil in a single evening than Ria's managed to garner from years of self-aggrandizement. The issue is that Caitlyn simply keeps making them, while Ree keeps demanding to be the moment.
Angel Reese is now quoted as saying, "I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we're watching women's basketball is not just because of one person." She refuses to say Caitlin Clark's name. "It's because of me too, and I want you to realize that."
And while Reese's team is undoubtedly frantically renewing their mentions, Caitlyn is merely bowing after jokingly reminding everyone why she is the league's face. She didn't request the attention. She accepted it. Now, everyone on the planet, from Sao Paulo to Iowa, is aware of the reality. Caitlin Clark is not only amazing, she's worldwide. Because Caitlin Clark alters the environment on the court in addition to the game, Brazil saw more than just a player. They witnessed a movement and, like the rest of us, they wanted to continue. And it will take much more than just practicing her camera stance for Angel Reese to understand what that feels like. For a reason, the Brazilian squad refrained from posing for photos with Angel Ree. The highlights of her jump shots weren't reposted for a reason. Because Caitlin Clark's presence in the gym causes a shift in energy and a change in the air. People are aware that what they are witnessing is unique and uncommon. Reese may claim to be the female basketball league's future, but Caitlin is receiving standing ovations in a number of languages.
Oh boy, did that feel good. Did that feel good from Caitlin Clark opening up the game, pull-up three, bang. to the logo 3 to close the third quarter, walking off to a standing ovation. Caitlin Clark pulling up from 36 feet out. From start to finish, there was never a doubt in our mind. There was never a time where we even thought to ourselves, is this game going to be close? Indiana comes out, 8-0 run, close out the first quarter, close out the second quarter, close out the third quarter, sit our starters in the fourth quarter, and by the time it's all said and done, the Indiana Fever score more than double the Brazilian national.
Additionally, did we mention that she played for 18 minutes? Yes, it's less than a sitcom episode. However, for those 18 minutes, Caitlin transformed the court into her own private masterclass. Each property served as a lesson. Each pass was a display of art. Her impact was greater, and she left more quickly than a Reese media apologies. When the buzzer sounded, it seemed as though we had been witness to a whole career review. Furthermore, she didn't even perspire.
First look at Caitlin Clark in her second WNBA season, and she did not disappoint. She was raining threes. Her handle looked tighter than ever. Her vision was on point, and she brought this energy, and she brought the crowd, and everything was just electric because she was on the court.
What sets her apart from the others is that most athletes need 40 minutes to establish themselves. Caitlin just requires a tiny bit. When Brazil gets a taste, they abandon their pretenses and join the rest of us in the spotlight. She doesn't steal the show. She is the star. Caitlin Clark's fan club is unavoidable.
But all in all, Caitlin Clark with a plus 42. She played 18 minutes. She played 18 minutes and was plus 42. Plus 42. 42. In 18 minutes. And there was a stage where it was her with all the rookies and she was still just carrying them. She got 2 assists to, I think, to an Yvonne Ejim. 1 foul, 3 turnovers to 5 assists.
A certain type of happiness arises when you figure out a challenging task and realize, wow, I might actually be a genius. Caitlin allowed us to do that for 18 minutes, but she wasn't addressing issues. She was making them for the rest of the world. Although the defenders were still debating which way to shuffle, Caitlin had already planned out the entire playbook and carried it out as if her trainers had GPS built into them. She made spooky decisions, perhaps using clairvoyance to nonchalantly outmaneuver players who appeared to be still buffering.
108-44, Caitlin Clark. Did she look rusty? I don't know. 16.6 rebounds, 5 assists, plus 42 plus minus in only 19 minutes of hoops. Caitlin Clark hoops are back. She looked good, folks.
And let's not get it mixed up. Caitlin was giving a master lesson in minimalism dominance while Angel Reese was somewhere reading through her feed, most likely filtering through more misinterpreted queen captions. Instead of being a gaudy 40-point ego trip, this was efficiency poetry. Though she didn't have to, Caitlin let the game breathe by curating it instead of dropping a 30-piece with extra sauce. Every play felt deliberate, as if she were creating a highlight reel in real time while fully aware that she would only have to stay on the court for 18 minutes to burn out.
And honestly, I didn't plan to shoot that logo 3. I know coming into the game, everybody wanted me to shoot one from there. But Steph was like, was supposed to come out at the end of the third, so she's like, give a foul, give a foul, give a foul. And then it was 30 seconds on the clock, which like between 30 to 33, that's like your 2-for-1 range where you have to get one up. So I saw 30 as we're inbounding the ball, which probably is inbounding the ball at 30, probably a little low. But I was like, why not? Might as well launch one, and it went in, and then Steph used the timeout to get me out. But yeah, that was pretty.
Other athletes were sweating profusely in the meantime, battling for importance as if their contracts relied on it. Caitlin appeared to be considering ordering an iced coffee in the middle of the day. This demonstrated graceful authority rather than merely exercising control. Because of her, the game shifted around her. She didn't look for numbers. Stats clung to her in a desperate attempt to be included in the plot. Caitlin is more than simply a basketball player. She also adjusts it. Her fashion sense is a tribute to her incredible athleticism and high IQ skills. A combo that makes everyone else either step up their game or risk being exposed. Moreover, a lot of people are being exposed.
Bang! Bang! Nope, we don't have moose tracks, no cookie dough either. Don't even ask about cookies and cream. I'll tell you what we do have, though. This is the locals' favorite. They always want 2 scoops, not 1 scoop. Butter pecan! Bang! Oh yeah, she's like that. You too, loading. Let's go.
Brazil's coach's existential fear was clearly visible on his face as he observed what was going on. The man has coached athletes for generations, seeing everything from once-in-a-lifetime prodigies to international gold medalists. However, when Caitlin took that step-back 3, it seemed as though he momentarily doubted the rules of physics. He was attempting to remain composed, but it was clear that he was going through a whole basketball identity crisis in real time. Has this game been taught incorrectly by me? Does she represent the outcome of a sudden leap in evolution? You know that after that game, he pondered whether Brazil ought to begin naming streets after Caitlin Clark.
We want to compete, we want to be our best, we want to compete at a high level. We've got edgy players, we've got competitive players, and I guarantee you it doesn't matter if we're playing cards or if we're playing basketball. They want to win. And they want to do what it takes to win and position themselves to win. So I love that about this group. It means that we don't waste time in practice. They don't waste reps. They don't waste moments we have to get better. And it really is a joy to coach.
To be honest, that wouldn't be a stretch. He would probably draft a resolution, buy some jerseys, and watch Indiana Fever highlights as if they were the World Cup final if he suggested a Caitlin Clark national holiday back in Sao Paulo. This is because this wasn't just a game, it was a statement. A wake-up call for those who continue to act as though Caitlin's adulation is undeserved. Check your pulse if you're a coach, and you're not sending her flowers after seeing that, bro. Overwhelming greatness doesn't need to be justified. It only needs to be acknowledged. Otherwise, it's just cheap suit denial.
Yeah, I thought it was electric. It's what you've seen, whether it's from the outside on television or being here broadcasting, but to actually feel the energy. I mean, it is a thing when you talk about having a 6-man, so to speak. Crowd energy. It gives you a lift. It gives you a boost. It's why we all do what we do, like to feed into these kinds of environments. And so it was a lot of fun.
Indeed, we can hear you, Angel. Although Reese Defenders tries to change the subject, Reese delivers the fervor. Passion is adorable, and execution is legendary. Caitlin's dominance extended beyond the box score. She left a crater behind. Caitlin gets autographs for the national team that attempted to make fun of her while retweets, but that's more than just show. That serves as proof. The Brazilian squad was aware of their observations. Their egos were not damaged when they left. They brought stories with them.
I'm glad I can be a role model for them, and they have a great impact on me too, and that's why you do it. Even at the end of the day, say I scored 0 points, I'm sure they still would have been there screaming my name and wanting an autograph, and I think that just really kind of puts into perspective the impact, and there's a lot more bigger things in life than basketball.
As a matter of fact, Angel Reese doesn't exactly have teams rushing to take photographs and collect mementos after games. She is media savvy and has subtweets. Caitlin's fan base is growing, and nations are embracing her. There is a distinction between being the league's face and just acting like an ambassador. One is occupied with chasing clouds on Instagram, while the other is on billboards. You can watch both of them with pleasure and amusement. When the final buzzer sounded, you could hear a single question reverberating across the arena. Have we just glimpsed the future? No, you saw the gift. Her name is Caitlin Elizabeth Clark, and she is incredibly efficient, elegant, and remarkable. Since praise follows you home when you're truly that good, even if your home is someone else's court, Caitlin is out here earning it casually across continents while Angel Ree is still fighting for her esteem. Tell us in the comments where you're viewing from so we know that CC fans are spread throughout America and the world. Like, subscribe, and enable all alerts to ensure you don't miss anything. We shall see you in the following video after you click the one on the screen.